Why poetry? Well, you know, I sort of think I just got lucky enough for it to be poetry, but it could have easily been some other genre.
My parents would have had me believe there was no such thing as race.
I like to think of myself generally as a person who's more interested in expression than in genre. So there's a world where I might have been a painter. There's a world where I could have been, you know, with training, some other things. But I'd like to think that I was lucky enough for it to be poetry, but I hope that that's not the limits of the way I express myself.
Our knees black with store-bought grass and dirt, black as the soil of pastures or of orchards grown above graves. We clawed free the stones and filled their beds with soil and covered the soil with sod as if we owned the earth. We worked into the edge of darkness and rose in the edge of darkness until everything came from the dirt.
Initially coming to Pittsburgh, I wouldn't say that I had any ambition to even make a living as a poet. I thought at some point I'd go back home to South Carolina. But I was lucky enough to have my first book published not too long after I graduated, and then that book won a fairly big award, the Whiting Writers Award. And then the second one, I entered it, Hip Logic, I entered it into a national contest, and it won. And so I feel like most of my fortune has been through luck and timing, I suppose. The most recent thing, I guess, is the Guggenheim Fellowship, which I just found out about a couple of weeks ago. So I'm hoping with that I'll take a break and work on finishing this fourth book, which I think is called Lighthead. I think poetry is just a place where I could pretend to write a short story. If I wanted to write a short story, it's a place where I could think about, I don't know, David Bowie or Kool Keith if I wanted to think about David Bowie or Kool Keith. It's also a place I could think about my family and my heritage if I wanted to do that. So it's just a great place for processing lots of things. And again, I rely on the pressures of the language and the form to shape those impressions, I think.
I have never wanted another life, but I know the story of pursuit, the dream of a gate standing open, a grill and folding chairs, a new yard boxed in light.